Good evening, Musky enjoyers. I hope you're doing right, 'cause it's time for the Rust-Or rotation, the Lunar New Year rotation, to be precise. Now, first of all, you might be wondering, I thought there's Valentine skins. Yes, there was supposed to be Valentine skins, but with our expectations, and we did talk about this very recently in this video, with what happened in 2021, we saw the Valentine skins being added 2 days later, in the weekend. So there's a very good chance in 2 days' time from now, we'll have some Valentine skins being added. Or maybe Monday. We're not 100% sure, but we are still expecting Valentine skins to be added. So as of now, it's just Lunar New Year skins. Some very good-looking Lunar New Year skins. However, there was a bit of a problem, and it's this garage door right here. So by the time you're watching this video, you're probably fully well aware that the likes of this garage door was removed. It was in the Rust store for about 50 minutes, then it was removed. The reason being is apparently it was traced. The skin in question apparently traced from this asset, this LED sign on Amazon. It might not have been particularly this, but apparently this is the one. So, yeah, it comes in different colours. Oh, wow. Anyway, point is, if we quickly go over to the likes of here, it's our belief the art used on the skin is not original and is used without permission of the IP holder or the correct licensing. So that's the definitive answer there. Alistair has said so. So we now must continue. So I don't really want to make too much of a fuss talking about this in this particular video. I want to dedicate a video for that all by itself. So that's just the straightforward answer. It was traced. Face Punch don't want to risk the copyright. So what we can tell you is 1,100 of these have been bought at bare minimum, because 1,100 subscribers. So we will talk more about that with its own video, but what we want to do now is look at the actual skins that have actually maintained and stayed in the Rust store. We're going to go ahead, talk about these skins, and of course the brand new items, the spear and the dragon launcher, and we will proceed to discuss, are they looking to be nice investments? And we'll of course also talk about last week's skins, because of course with the Rust store rotation, the regular skins appeared, and of course last night we had abnormals. Now I do believe every single skin is abnormal. Let's just quickly verify that. 1, 2, 3. I mean, I'm going to get the items anyway. Now, of course, the returning items, they are already on the market. You should be aware of that. But when a brand new item has been added to the game, by default, they are instantly abnormal. So this has already been in the Rust store for many years. Then you got the spear instantly. Because it's an item made by Face Punch themselves, it's always automatically abnormal. Will always be like that. So Lunar New Year Chinese New Year spear is abnormal. Then you've got the likes of this box, that's abnormal. That's already been around, so abnormal, already been around, abnormal, 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 abnormal. Everything's abnormal. Everything's abnormal. Yeah, so point has been made. Okay, cool. So we got that nice and established. So, like I said, with the Rust store rotating, we of course have the regular skins becoming marketable. With the likes of this Blackstone Sar, get a good look at that. That has barred us kind of starting to push up to over $1, but again, with our talk from last night, so of course we did our abnormal buy order video. We discussed the prices of the skins and how we might want to approach them and all of that. And as I said, the fact that we literally just had a Pirate SAR not very long ago, I can't help but feel like that's going to emulate how that performed and likely suffer. So if I go to here, if I were to quickly look at the last week's skins, you can see that with the sales that we got for these skins from the past week, they did quite all right. Like, we got some very good sales. It was a good Rust store, all right? Based on what we had for the week before this, the week prior, this was much better in terms of interest, sales, and yeah, I mean, get a good look at that. Across the board, so you can see here, the SAR, that did all right. If we were to look over to here, Cursed Hide Shoes, I did talk about this last night. I can't help but feel like this is going to be doing perfectly fine, because I don't think we'll be seeing many other skin creators making hide boots skins, like, at all this year. The only people who feel the need to do so are the ones making primitive collections, and we don't really see many of those. So, I think that's going to be pretty solid, and I don't think it's going to have that much competition. So, based on that, I think it's going to do quite all right. And with the bars that it has, for a 99-cent skin, looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. It didn't sell that much either. So if I go back over to here, this did 13,400 bare minimum sales based on subscriber count, and the only real competition it has is the Pirate Hide Shoes, and that had it has just over 23,000 bare minimum sales. So significantly less, very likely we'll have a great time in the future with its price. Then you got the Inquisitor Metal Door. Unfortunately, didn't have that much interest. We kind of anticipated that, and I didn't even do a barter on it. I just don't really want to pick up super cheap doors anymore, because they're a pain to sell. You can make a profit out of them, sure, but you're probably going to be waiting a while to be able to sell them. That's the problem. So I just kind of avoided it. And I get the feeling many other people did as well. So buy orders only gone up to 60 cents. Awkward. Anyway, we now have the likes of abnormals from last night. As you can see here with the Legacy Kevlar Roadside Vest, even though that sold for $2.50 in the Rust store, you got you got listings of $4, and you got buy orders pushing up to over $3 now. So I get the feeling some people probably waited too long, or maybe they didn't anticipate the Rust store was going to rotate this early today, because it actually rotated a fair bit early, like around the same time as last week. So I was caught off guard by that. I was going to get a package from the post office, and I came back and it was rotated. I was like, oh damn. So in regards to that, that's already looking strong. Will it perform a lot better compared to what we saw the likes of the hoodie and the pants? We were expecting that, because if we can just point this out once more, with the amount of sales that these two ended up with, significantly less compared to pretty much everything here. These are the lowest selling skins in all of Legacy Kevlar. But we've seen instances of something like this happening before, most notably Whiteout Collection. And what happened with the Whiteout Collection? The likes of the vest and the coffee can helmet ended up coming some of the most expensive skins, or rather the most expensive skins in the whole set. So as long as this remains in demand, these two probably have a very good future ahead of them, because they only did just over 24,000 sales. In comparison with the likes of the hoodie and pants, there's double the amount of these compared to these. And with the likes of the kilt, well, that did slightly more compared to these two, but even this is also looking to have a perfectly fine future ahead of it. So that right there, looking very good, and with the prices that they currently have, looking pretty good as well. But don't forget, everybody who bought these last week don't have the ability to sell them just yet, so give it some time, and probably these will have several hundred quantity on the Steam market as well. But that wouldn't be surprising. If you were to go type in Legacy Kevlar right now, you'll see it for yourself. Steam market don't work. So why? Damn it. Come on, please. Work for me. Please, 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 please. Oh, there you go. Quantities. Big fat. Yeah, look at that. Big fat quantities. So, yeah, kind of wouldn't surprise me if we get fairly close to that, but not as much. Definitely not as much. Right, so, yeah, both of them looking pretty sweet with a lot of investment in terms of their buy orders. We'll see how their future is. Don't forget, this sold for $2. This sold for $2.50. So to see these buy orders not as high, it's fine because it sold for cheaper price. Right, so over to here. Space Airlock Double Door. I told you. I knew it. We discussed it in the abnormal video last night. I couldn't help but assume we're very likely going to see a sheet metal double door being accepted. Lo and behold, that literally happened. So, looking at this now, I think some people kind of pulled away with their buy orders. It's still expected to do okay, right? If we don't see any other sheet metal double doors being accepted in a Rust store this year, that's going to be totally fine, all right? Maybe if we see another 2 or 3, okay, maybe it might be a bit questionable, but still, I can't help but feel like it's going to still be quite all right. Now, overall, it did just over 20,000 sales. That's not insane. It's quite a fair bit more compared to what we've seen in the past, but overall, I just don't really think we're going to be seeing that much more double sheet metal doors being accepted. But I am noticing skin creators are, in fact, submitting them more. So we did talk about that last night quite a fair bit. Point is, maybe it'll be fine. We'll see. But the fact that we just got another one literally accepted the very next week is going to cause problems for it. So last night we did kind of sit here and say, all right, maybe we only want to do buy orders up to $2. So we'll see what happens in the future. We'll see if we get even more. So at the moment, it's okay. Looking at the state of this Neon Vibes armored door, looking pretty strong. Sold for $2.49. Has lots of bar to support to a point where it goes up to $2. Will it last? I don't know. But if we keep seeing more Neon Vibe skins, all the better for it. Then with the likes of the Ice Eye Sword. Now, I was questioning it. I was worried about it. It looks cool. It's unique compared to all the other these Savage swords that we've had over the past 2 or 3 years. But with that, I couldn't help but think it was still going to suffer a fair bit. But with its unique design, I thought it would be faring better. And at the moment with the barders that it has, it's faring better because pretty much every Savage Sword skin that came out over the past 2 years, they've all ended up around and below $1. That right now looks like it might fare better. We shall see, but it's still going to go below its Rust price, I assume. All right. Perilous. Someone help Perilous out. I already talked about it. Right, so inflatable hatchet and pickaxe. Those are not expected to do all right. And we discussed this last night. Looking at every single hatchet and pickaxe skin, there are so many of them sitting at about 90 cents. So we were just like, oh, damn, I guess we're just going to want to do like 70-cent buy orders. And that's what we did. And that's not looking like it's going to retain its price. It doesn't look like that. So, yeah, awkward. Very awkward. So that's that. That's all the skins for the past week. It was a very nice Rust store. Didn't have insane sales, which it's fine, but it was still very, very nice. So with that, let's now hop over and look at the current Rust store. So Mr. Perilous, if you're wondering in regards to the garage door, everyone who bought it, I must quickly verify, this garage door right here, it is going to be marketable at the current point right now. We are expecting it to be marketable. It is abnormal. Yep. And that will be marketable in 7 days' time. It will appear on the Rust Steam market along with all the other skins when it's abnormal. So consider watching my abnormal stream then. And if you're wondering what's up with it, again, I repeat, it's because it's very likely taken from the likes of this LED screen neon thing sign, which you can find on the likes of Amazon. So, yeah, it's not worth the risk with Face Punch. They don't really want to potentially have a copyright issue. So that is the thing. Check my links. So it's on Etsy as well, is it? Oh, no way. Of course. So even the Amazon listing took from the likes of this. Awesome. Well done, China. Thank you. So I guess that's the spirit. Happy Lunar New Year. Yay. Oh dear. Does everybody steal from each other now? What's the problem? Anyway, so thank you for posting those links. It's a fridge magnet. Well, skin creators, you've got a cool idea for a fridge now. Anyway, moving on. So, unfortunately, yes, that garage door was omitted, or rather removed. So it was around for only an hour, but it has been taken out. But at the current position that we're at, it's still going to become marketable. Is it the rarest? No. So if we were to quickly hop over to here, just want to go over this real quickly. With the likes of SCMendo.app, you can look up the likes of subscriber count, because in this instance, we don't know how many of these were actually bought. Now, someone in my own server goes and shows me something like this, and I don't know if anything like that's legit. The blue's a little bit awkward, but anyway. Who knows if someone did something like that, expecting this very scenario to happen, because some people were well aware of this, because there was actually quite a commotion beforehand where people brought this up. The skin creator did in fact make a different version, but even then it's still traced, unfortunately. So maybe there were some opportunists that did jump in and buy many amounts of these. But we can only really follow by subscriber count, and based on what we see, it's not even the rarest. It's right there, and you've got all of these there. So it's still expected to sell much better than the price it sold for, but it's not going to be thousands. No, because more than 1,000 of them have been bought at the very least. So that's what we can say. It's a stock vector image. This is like people complaining about Aquaman posters because they used stock shark images. Oh, but they still have to be bought, the license and whatnot. Okay, right. So, with what we have in that scenario, we're just going to have to leave it for a few days, see how it works. But I do want to have like a proper video dedicated to talking about how that's likely going to end up at. Sounds good? All right, shall we move on? So, with what we have here on display, we're now going to go ahead and talk about each of these skins and, discuss what will their future likely be. Now, by default, holiday-themed skins tend to not do very well. All right, we've got to point that out. This is holiday-themed skins. Now, they got a cool dragon on it and whatnot for some of these skins. You know what? Fair enough, they might do better. All right, but these are Lunar New Year skins, and well, you shouldn't be too surprised if they suffer after a reasonable amount of time. So I just wanted to, point that out. All right. So what we're going to do then is I am going to go over the skins, and then I'll go over the items, and I will treat these two as items. They're technically skins, but they are items. When it's made by Face Punch, I'll refer to them as items. All right, cool. So shall we jump in? Shall we start talking about the likes of this long double door? Now, based on what people said to me earlier, it's not long because the door is long, but apparently that's the actual description for, dragon or something? It's an art style. Could someone quickly verify that again? Now, we've made quite a fuss talking about this already because, as I said, with the double door that we had last week, I was like, guys, you've got to be aware of what's on the workshop. There's some very cool looking skins. This was one of them. And I stand by my point. That's a very cool looking sheet metal double door right there. That is a very nice piece of work. So that was produced by the Mr. Vase, Mr. Slanostra, and Mr. Lynx. Get a good look at the glow-in-the-dark design. If we could get a nice daytime view, yeah, that looks very impressive, very nice. And I can't help but feel like people are going to appreciate that over time. Dragon is Chinese. Dragon in Chinese means long. Okay, thank you very much for pointing that out. Much appreciated, Mr. Z Skipper. So yeah, we had the likes of this and the Lunar Fortune's Gate sheet metal double door. This ended up becoming the victor. But at the end of the day, both of them were very nice quality pieces of work. And with what we have here, I'm not going to complain. Now, in terms of, will something like this have value? Will this, do very nicely from here on now? I do think so, yes. The only worrying thing in regards to this is, will we keep seeing more sheet metal double doors being accepted after this? So I have pointed out, based on what I've seen on the likes of the workshop, I keep seeing more sheet metal double doors being made. In fact, with my most recent Rust Workshop skin checks, if I were to scroll down a fair bit, we have also seen the likes of Valentine's sheet metal double doors being produced, which is, one of them's just here, Mr. Frog. He went and made this very recently, so maybe you might see that this weekend, who knows? But he's not the only one who's been producing skins recently. Last week we even had some regular non-holiday themed sheet metal double doors being produced. We had the spray can, we had the likes of, there's that newer one. Like, if I just click this here, please don't show anything naughty. Okay, good. Yes, you can see some other designs that we've had recently. We've even recently had the likes of a Twitch drop literally just given to us. So I get the feeling skin creators are now becoming more aware that people were actively really wanting them, mainly for like a profit and whatnot. But if we keep seeing more and more and more and more and more being made and produced and accepted, it's going to become a problem for the ones that already exist. So as we can quickly point out, once again, sheet metal double doors, they are all, at the moment, in the positive. Yes, every single one that is marketable is in the positive. Even though we've had quite a lot of Twitch drops, they're all still looking very nice, which is very appealing for people like us. But with the potential of there being a whole lot more, it is worrisome. This by itself, with its design, I really like it. I think that is probably one of the most coolest looking designs that we've had for a sheet metal double door. So again, if we were to look by comparison, I mean, you could do this in your own time. You can look and say, wow, this is cool. Yeah, you got the likes of the Twitch drops such as Blizzard ID's transparent and glow-in-the-dark double door. Fair enough, cool. But hey, you don't have to have transparency like within your base and whatnot. Maybe you just want to have some cool looking dragon-style Lunar New Year skins within your base. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of older skins that are fairly expensive. They were around for a very long time. Do you remember this Dragon Door? Do you remember this? This would look really cool. Yeah, that looked really cool as well, didn't it? Well, that's selling for about $20 at the moment. So could we see something very similar happening to the likes of these? Well, that only did like 6,000 sales. So, and as time went on, it became a whole lot more special. So with what we have here, I can't help but assume, yeah, no, that's going to probably do quite all right. But how many of them are going to sell? How many of them are going to sell? I look at this and I think it's going to probably be pushing quite close to about 25 to 30,000. Now, we did just literally have the airlock door. So that's the one thing that I kind of feel like that might not sell as much because we literally just had that. People just devoted some money towards the likes of that. Nothing wrong with it, again. Perfectly fine for what it is. But because some money's already been put away for a sheet metal double door, maybe people might sell that one for the previous week and then put their money towards buying that. Well, that's not going to do that airlock door any favours, is it? I'm a bit worried. I'm very sceptical for all of this. I do still think airlock double doors are going to do all right in the future. That is something I want to verify. Just want to point that out once again. I do still think it's going to work out perfectly fine. But the likes of that, this here, I mean, I want to keep an eye on the sales. It's abnormal. We'll do the abnormal buy orders and blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. We'll look at the support afterwards. But I can't help but feel like I'll probably be buying some of those. Me, all right? I can't sit here and say if maybe you should, but things do look promising. But again, I still can't help but feel like we will be seeing even more sheet metal double doors being made and accepted potentially later this year. It is literally the beginning of February. We have so much more ahead of us in 2024. There's still some bad times to come. So anyway, with that, we could do a very strong buy order, but I can't help but feel like I probably will be buying some, especially after with the brand new Counter-Strike case coming out. I might have a money printer buy order soon, so I might want to spend some money where I think might work out nicely. Anyway, so likes of that, looking promising, looking nice, and well, maybe we will see some more afterwards, but by itself, with its design, I think a lot of people will be appreciating it, and I'm not surprised to see that after just a few hours, it's already done 5,000 sales bare minimum. So congratulations to Lenoster, Vase, and Lynx. Right, I don't need that anymore, so let's close it. With that out of the way, we can now talk about the likes of the Year of the Dragon Door, produced by Mr. Y9J, as we can see over to here. Perfectly cool looking skin, but unfortunately this is where I have to bring up the point of holiday themed skins. See, alright, by default, that's a cool looking skin. Nice usage of the glow in the dark. But I can't help but worry that's probably going to suffer still. Why'd you say that? I mean, have you seen the state of sheet metal doors? Ooh, single sheet metal doors, I guess you could say. If you were to look at this, you might notice that not many of them are doing very well at the moment. And you also might notice how many we had already this year. Yeah, we're already going through the stupid situation where every single year we keep getting far too many sheet metal door skins. And you can see it for yourself. Last year we got 30. What about the year before that? What did we have then? 28. So little by little, bit by bit, every single year we keep getting more and more and more and more and more and more sheet metal doors. And do you know what's going to happen after this week? We're going to get more and more and more and more and more and more sheet metal doors being made and produced and accepted. It's going to happen. So whilst this looks very impressive and very nice at the moment, there's going to be more skins that are going to be very impressive and very nice. That's going to appear later down the line. Now, first of all, I will give credit, Mr. 1RJ. You've done a very good job with that. Also, 34633, you too. But this is, again, a situation where you don't always have to look at skins and say, oh, is this going to be a good investment? Guys, if you like a skin, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, keep them motivated, keep wanting to put out very nice creative designs in the future, all right? But if you're questioning, oh, do I want to buy 50 or 100 of these as a nice side investment? Personally, it's that $2.49 curse again. What happened last year? There was like 2 or 3 months where every week we were seeing like a $2.49 skin being accepted in the Rust store, and then they all suffered. $2.49, $2.49, $2.49, $2.49, $2.49, $2.49, $2.49. Down 50, down 76, down 61, down 57, down 63, down 69, down 57, down 64. Yeah, so. Sorry, but yeah, it looks cool. But as an investment, I want to wait it out. It's abnormal. I'm going to take my time. Abnormal builders first, look at it afterwards, then make a decision what I'm going to do next. But yeah, I'm sure I've kind of pointed out everything that needs to be said. So, good job. But in terms of investment, I question it. Shall we move on? Cool, another AK. Oh, we haven't seen many of those this year, have we? Anyway, Robstar, you've done a very cool looking job with this. Very nice and golden, bejeweled with little gems. Very nice. Very cool. Aim down the sight. What do we see? It's gold. Right, everything's gold. What's that? Is that its rear? Oh, well, anyway, moving on. What is that? It's the back of its head, I guess, or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's a shiny looking gem in the back. Anyway, moving on. So what we have here is a very nice gold looking AK-47. Now, it's not the first golden AK-47 we've had, and it probably won't be the last. Now, it's not like we see tons of these being made. It's the British... shut up. Anyway, it looks like the SAR Twitch drop. You know what? Fair play. That does, in fact, kind of look very similar. So if I were to just quickly bring this up, so over to the likes of the item database and SCMM.app, I am going to scroll down. Or actually, I could just look at all the Twitch drops. So once it loads in, you know, just let it take its time. There we go, job done. And if I go to Twitch drops, you will see we recently did have the likes of Crowley SAR. And you know what? I think you're correct. Was this made by Robstar? No, but fairly similar in terms of the approach to design. But they are not connected. They are not connected. But hey, like you might want to do a bit of a mix and match. So, yeah, I mean, maybe you want to run around with golden weapons, with jewels all over them and whatnot. Hey, maybe that might be a perfectly fine thing to do. That's the dragon egg. Shut up. We're not asking for what that is. Anyway, what happens? Sir Kikas? You're like the 5th person to ask today. Don't worry, I will explain that. But because I've already mentioned it in this recording, I will have to tell you a little bit later. Chat, you can tell him if you want. Just send in the links and it won't be too hard to figure out what it is. Anyway, so with the likes of this AK-47 here, cool design, but I can't help but feel like it's going to suffer. Why? Because there's always another AK. Do you know how not too long ago we had a $3.49 AK-47 being accepted and it looked pretty cool? Let's go take a look at that right now. How are you doing, El Diablo AR? It is $1. Yeah, so that happened. Cool. And need I remind you, not too long ago, we just literally had the Trust and Rust Time Travel AR, which had a good aim sight. I think it was changed a bit, but still, at the end of the day, it's still good. Are people actively clamoring for a new AK? I don't know. And, well, unfortunately, people aren't loyal to their AKs as well. That's an unfortunate thing. So the likes of this, cool looking design, as I said, or as what Meta said, it does kind of match up well with the likes of the SAR, Crowley SAR. That was a Twitch drop that was given away during the likes of Twitch Rivals back in December of 2023. Even then, with its price and everything, it's not safe. And there will be more AKs accepted this year, and then another AK, and then another AK, and then another AK. So I'm a little bit hesitant. Will that go all the way down to $1? Maybe less. I don't think so, but I still expect it to go below its Rust Store price. So with how many it sells is definitely going to be an impact. With the likes of that, again, if you like it, by all means buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators, blah, 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 you get the idea. So keep them nice and motivated. Rockstar always puts out very nice pieces of work. It's just a question of, I don't know if it's going to be a reliable investment. So at the moment, buy orders is what I'm thinking. But hey, abnormal. So abnormal buy orders, you get the idea. Right, Golden Dragon Furnace. Now, this is actually is it Yopka's? Yeah, well done, Yopka. First ever skin to be accepted. You're not the only one, because I think the fan rug as well. But anyway, congratulations to you. Now, with what we have over here with this furnace, problem. Personally, I don't like investing in furnaces anymore. Very cool looking design. I will give you props. It's a very cool design. There's nothing wrong with it. The bump map on it and the shine of the scales looks very cool. But holiday themed skin, furnace skin, I don't want to go near that. All right? As an investment. Because if I were to just quickly show you all the furnaces that came out over the past, 2 years? How many of them are doing good at the moment? So you got this here, that was given away for free. Then what about the, that's doing all right. But what about all of these? So out of 24 23. Okay, let's say about 22 marketable skins, only 2 of them are in the positive, 20 of them are in the negative. And it's not looking very pretty. What about the previous year? What do we see? 1. What about the previous year? What do we see? None. Cool. So, furnaces are looking really good as an investment, aren't they? What about this holiday-themed investment? No. I'm sorry to say. Personally, I don't really want to go buy 50 or 100 of them. No, but I think I could just get that with a buy order, and I wouldn't be surprised if I pull it off. So furnaces are a different thing, and I just kind of don't want to go near it. It's a nice furnace, but yeah, and you're correct, Philip. Every single skin here does. They've done a very good job. Every single skin is a lovely piece of work. It's just. Again, it's other people. You also have to take that into consideration. How are other people going to react and behave when they see the skin and whatnot? Do they care? Do they like it? Blah blah blah. You get the idea. So, looking at that, that'll probably end up being less than $1 after about a week or two, and I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if that does happen. I'm not joking. So, abnormal. You can use that time advantage, but for now, I'm just gonna stay away. Cool. Right. Dragon Fan Rug. And again, Valsaw, that's your first ever skin to be accepted. So let's go take a look at this. All right then. So, this is one of those situations again where I'm like, I kind of get the feeling they probably should just make a poster item. Because I keep seeing more and more rug skins kind of being treated like a poster. This is a rug, but it's a Chinese fan and it's like a wall decoration. Oh, sorry. So, yes. This is awkward. There's a lot of transparency there, isn't there? Yeah. But I don't think transparency in rugs really matters anymore, because after we had the spiderweb rug back in the Halloween time, I don't think it really matters anymore, because, if you're to sit and say, surely transparency is a cool feature to have, then why is the spiderweb rug down by 62%? Yeah, if you like it, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it, support the skin creators. Yeah, you get the idea. Hey, Kino, how you doing? I will talk more about the carriage door drama. Oh, he's like the 6th person to turn up and ask about this. There's going to be another person jumping in soon. Honestly, as I record this, I keep getting more and more people jump in and asking, you wished you wished it glowed? At the end of the day, I guess they didn't want to go too crazy. It does go well with the lanterns, though, doesn't it? It's a cool looking decorative piece, but I don't know. Rugs are a bit awkward. Is the rug pay to win? No. Like I said, if you're going to sit there and say, oh, it's got transparency, it can be exploited, then again, why is the spiderweb rug not like insane in price? We thought that initially and it didn't happen, so I'm not falling for that anymore. Grass rug's doing all right, per Wilgem. Wilgem utilised that in the video and everybody liked it. And I should also point out, we literally just had 2 rug skins as a Twitch drop. Thank you very much, Kino, for your subscription. I got the thing turned off as I record. Sorry, mate. But I will point that out. Thank you very much, sir. Kino, okay, we'll show you very quick. So that's the garage door. And there it is there, and it's also an Etsy, and it's also a custom like asset, and the guy who made the garage door skin didn't pay for a license, so it's not too hard to put 2 and 2 together. And if you were to go ahead and look at my Twitter, look in the description of the video if you want to see the socials, Alistair himself has said this, so they don't really want to touch it. So yeah, they're like, we don't really want that in the Rust door. And apparently 1SQ is going to call a lawyer, so good luck, I guess. Anyway, so back to this rug. This lovely rug. That's what we're here to talk about. Yeah, I don't really know if I want to go near that. Cool looking design. Maybe it doesn't sell that much. Maybe it works out quite all right. It's so awkward because I'm so burned out on so many items. I just don't know if I want to go near them anymore. But at the end of the day, very cool looking design, and congratulations there to Valsor. But let's leave it for a few days, keep an eye on the sales, and when we look at it on Wednesday night with the abnormal stream, we'll consider how we're going to approach it. Because again, we've already received 2 rugs for free this year, and what's stopping us from getting even more and more marketable things? And it's a holiday themed items, skin. So yeah, I'm not sure if I want to go near it. That's why I'm a bit awkward. So I'm going to leave that for now. I'll leave it. But, congrats, Valsor. Enjoy the sales. Dragon Sar. Well done, Mr. Himmick. He has returned to a Rust store. And what do we have right here? Oh, look at that. He's practically eating the handle. That's not good. Anyway, so, you got a cool-looking golden Dragon Sar. Now, it's got a bit of a green tinge to it. If I can recall, you made 2 versions, didn't you? Yeah, green and red. Oh, they didn't accept the red one. Oh, that would have been so much cooler. Ah, see, that would have been so much cooler. But no, we got to have the green one. Anyway, it's green and gold, so fair enough, still cool. I get this is probably more authentic per the designs of what you see of the statues and whatnot, so fair enough. Anyway, so what we have here, it's another situation where I had to bring up holiday theme skin and SARS. SARS, how you doing? How you doing, SARS? How you doing? Yep. Okay, cool. So SARS are doing great. No, not really. So again, awkward. Yeah, people aren't exactly enthusiastic with their SARS skins at the moment. I don't know why. I get the feeling maybe we're at a stage now where there's far too many of them. 133, I guess so, plus the Twitch drops that we had recently, Crowley SAR and H June SAR, aim sights, but Crosshair X. Anyway, yeah, I don't think people care for the new SARS. Anyway, sit and say, what about the Blackstone one? That literally only just became marketable. Look at it again in a week. It'll be down in price as well. So I like the design. I just don't want to invest into it, is the problem. So, yeah. Okay. Daddy, I'll talk about that afterwards. If you've got a question in regards to future skins, I have information in regards to that, and I will explain a little bit later. But that Dragon SAR, I don't want to go near it, I'm afraid. Sorry to say. So... yeah, we'll wait and see how many sales it has, look at it Wednesday, make a decision. In terms of design, I like it. It would be a skin I'd buy and use and appreciate, but it's very likely not going to be a skin I'm going to buy as an investment and whatnot. So I'll move over to this. Samota has returned. He only turns up for Lunar New Year now. So you might know Samota for being the guy that made Glister Collection. You also might notice him for being a Counter-Strike skin creator. He's focused with that more now. But every year he does return and he makes another Chinese Zodiac box. Here's the problem. They don't seem to be doing very well anymore. And another problem, they're very similar. So I can't help but feel like that's going to end up being exactly the same as these. So, yeah, that's probably not too hard to comprehend. Yeah. Now, these sold... All right, that sold for $2. That sold for $1.49. That sold for $1.49. That sold for $2. Whatever. Anyway, so I kind of wouldn't really go crazy for that in terms of an investment. You know, if you want to buy the full set, you know, go nuts, buy them. You know, show support, keep the skin creator motivated to keep wanting to put out rust skins. He's not going to keep making rust skins. He's going to go back to CS because he's only going to return for Lunar New Year next year as well. He's got Counter-Strike money. Anyway, it's nice to see him return. I'm not sure if he's going to want to make skins with Rust frequently again. We shall see. I haven't been able to speak to him fairly recently. But anyway, cool looking box. It's nice to see that this is slowly turning into a full collection. I think, you know what, if we did end up with a full collection, that would be cool. Do you know what might have worked as well? If like each of these boxes was also like whilst it has an animal theme, he could have also had like a name, like one of the, like each one could have had a theme to it. Like one of them could have been stone, and one of them could have been wood, and yeah, you could have snuck in like a storage collection. It's too late now anyway, but that would have been funny, wouldn't it? Anyway, so what it is, I'm not gonna go crazy and buy a ton of them because again, they're all similar, and you saw it already. This is taken very. There you go. Yeah. So it's not looking good as an investment. Don't really want to talk about that. We've kind of gone over it many times, but I will have a video dedicated talking like specifically just that. So that's the intention. And yeah, so that was all the skins. That was all the skins. So now, I want to talk about Lunar New Year items. So if you aren't fully aware, when you go to like sevestium.app, you can see when you click that little tab there that says Lunar New Year, you will see all the previous Lunar New Year skins that we've had. So today, something didn't return. Today, we've noticed that didn't return. Now, I will talk more about that in a bit, but we should talk about what's currently in the Rust store. So we have these brand new spear skins, and of course we've got the dragon launcher. So let's go ahead and talk about those and discuss where they're going to probably end up at. So the Chinese New Year spear, the first wooden spear to be added into Rust, wooden spear skin. Now, I don't know if we're going to see more of that, but I kind of get the feeling that it's probably going to be the only thing we're going to see for a wooden spear skin for the foreseeable future. Do you remember not too long ago, it wasn't last Halloween, but it was the Halloween before, we of course got the mace skin, didn't we? So if I go back over to here, we got the baseball bat, didn't we? We have not seen any more mace skins since then. Where am I going? Where am I going? Down here. There you go. Yeah. So that is the only mace skin that we have in the game. It was cool, it was unique, and then it went down in price. So it was nice what it was, but yeah. Now, again, how often are you using a mace? How often are you using a wooden spear? I get the feeling at some point down the line, you're always going to be using a wooden spear. Why? Because, you know, everyone starts fresh at some point. To get a mace, you know, that's at some point later on. And again, you know, if you do happen to get a mace, you know, we'll go whack some barrels and whatnot. You might want to skin it. Haha, very funny. Role players, sure, understood. But yeah, as you are saying, you're definitely using spears a whole lot more than the likes of a mace. So back over to here with our Chinese New Year spear. $4, pretty pricey. But here's another thing. Do you expect these two items to return next Lunar New Year? I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. Maybe we get a different one every year. Maybe. We shall see. But I can't help but feel like that's going to probably be a new mainstay for every single Lunar New Year now. Maybe we get a different weapon or something. But anyway, I use Mace and Barrel Run. Love its sound. Fair enough. You prefer Savage Cleaver. Oh, here we go. Now we're fighting each other over this. Anyway. Spear. Wooden spear. You're always going to be using a wooden spear at some point. Not like always. You're not going to go run around roaming with it, but when you start off with a brand new wipe, you're going to be using a spear at some point. Potentially. Maybe you just prefer to get yourself a bow as soon as possible. It's debatable. You know, you all play and perform differently. Anyway, so that's going to get more usage for sure. Will it be appreciated? I hope so. Here's a problem, because it's made by Facepunch, we can't definitively tell how many have been bought. There's no workshop pages for these two items. So, again, when there's a new item added to the game, typically I only really like to go about halfway. So that would be like a $2 buy order. But I can see it doing a little bit better, because lots of people could be using wooden spears. Plus, it looks good. It's a good-looking spear skin. All right? It looks very cool. Now, initially it was a stone spear, but I guess they thought, actually, who even uses a stone spear in Rust? So they changed it to wooden spear good, like, half a week ago or so. I want to leave it. I want to question it. I want to kind of cook on it for a bit. I want to wait until Wednesday. Thank you very much for the subscription, Kaglian. So the likes of the Chinese New Year spear, maybe we do go quite strong in it. But who knows? Do you reckon we might get other holiday-themed wooden spears at some point in the future? That is something cool. What are we going to get for Easter? Because Easter's actually not that far away. Chat, you might not realise, but Easter is the end of March. We're like, 1 week in already on February? It's not that far away. So, chat, could you think of egg launcher? There you go. Grenade launcher, but it shoots grenade eggs, Easter eggs. There you go, job done. There you go, Facepunch. You got your answer. We need that 3-star, please. Thank you very much. So, because we don't have skins for the rocket launcher, the grenade launcher yet. There you go. There you go. I want to launch eggs at people. Perfect. Thank you very much. There you go. There's your idea. Facepunch, go make it. And go credit Punolio with some of the profits. Anyway, so Chinese New Year spear, it's looking promising. I expect a lot of people to appreciate it, and I do expect it to be used more compared to the likes of the baseball bat. But we are expecting some bad times down the line, and will that Chinese New Year spear be brought back again next year? I am fully confident it will happen. The one thing I do think might change is the dragon launcher. So now we talk about the dragon launcher. So yeah, it's the year of the dragon. We've got a dragon theme launcher. Now this is a rocket launcher skin. We do have competition, but nothing really compared to this, because this is actually special. Now, number one, I didn't really notice, but we haven't had a marketable rocket launcher skin in a long time. Like, last one was Christmas of 2022, That was surprising. I didn't notice. So overall, we don't actually have that many options. And, they actually do quite all right. Anyway, going over to here, this is special. It shoots fire when you shoot the rocket. It has its own distinct sound. That is a cool-looking design. Now, talking about this, with its completely unique appearance, only Facepunch can do that. Skin creators can't make anything like that. They can't add mesh. They can't add mesh to a rocket launcher. They can only work with the default mesh that, only apply texture and whatnot. So that is special. Will that be brought back again next year? I don't know, because, again, dragon theme, but this year is the year of the dragon, and there's a very good chance that, they might not do it next year. Maybe, what's the next animal after dragon? Chat, I don't know the whole set. Maybe we get, let me go look up the Chinese Zodiac. I'm looking up the Chinese Zodiac. Who comes next? Can you tell me, please? Come on. Show me the order. Right, after the dragon, it's the snake. Snake. What would be a cool idea for a snake skin? Snake. What would be good for a snake skin? Chat, think of something. What's long and stringy in Rust that you could turn into a snake theme skin? I'm trying to think of something where it could work. Give me a snake spear. There you go. He's just very long and frozen solid. Snake vector. Electric cables. You want to have Lunar New Year snake electric cables. A spear gun. No, I don't know. You could just make a snake rocket launcher, I guess. Bone knife. Long sword. Oh, there's plenty of potential ideas. Anyway, let's just roll with this. Do you think the dragon... Chat, I ask you specifically now. I get the feeling... Chinese New Year spear, with its very base specific design of the old types of spears that they used to use in old China with the military and whatnot, I get the feeling that will constantly be brought back with every single Lunar New Year from here on now. But the dragon launcher, do you think the dragon launcher will return next year? What do you reckon? Because I look at that and I'm thinking it probably won't. Maybe that does get brought back again next year. Who knows? It's debatable. So, it's awkward. Plus, it's $5.49. Yeah, awkward. Snake launch next year. Again, yeah, we'll see. But maybe we'll talk about this a little bit more over the course of the week. And we'll just approach this on Wednesday. Because I can see it doing very well. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's just, I can't see how many sales it has. And I can't 100% feel confident that it's going to probably get brought back. So anyway, again, Year of the Dragon is this year. It's not going to be next year. Maybe they make something else different next year. We'll see. Anyway, so I just want to point out, don't sit there and assume they wouldn't not bring back something, because that happened. We already pointed out we don't have Sky Lantern. So shall we now talk about what we do have here? So the other items, the returning items. So Dragon Mask did return. That's one thing I wanted to bring up. So if you don't fully know, when they first started doing Lunar New Year items, they brought in the Dragon Mask back in 2019. But back then, it was the year of the pig, I believe. Looking back here, yes, it was the year of the pig, and it started fresh with the likes of the rat, because the rat came first. He was on top of the ox, and then he jumped off it, and then you kind of like cheated the win. Anyway, so basically, they probably thought, okay, this is the first Lunar New Year skin we're going to make, but a pig, is that going to be really good? Is that, like, you know, symbolic enough? And I get the feeling they just thought, let's just skip ahead and do Dragon Mask, and with next year, we'll just go through the whole thing all over again. And then, of course, we now reach the point where it's the Year of the Dragon. So they just thought, just relist it. And they did, so cool. So if you happen to own one of these, congratulations, because these have now gone back up in price. That's nice to see for you. But yeah, I wouldn't go near it. It's not going to go up in price again. It wasn't doing very well for a fairly long time. And yeah, so right now you are comfortably sitting at $6.46, but just before, how are you doing? Yeah, oh, sorry. There you go. So October time, not very well, but it has been rising up in price since then, so... But it's not going to go like any higher because, again, it's been around for 2 Rustors now. But it is expensive, but yeah, it's just not really reliable, so I wouldn't go near it. Right, what else do we have? So one thing that is always usually reliable is the Chinese lantern. If you have money, or let's say, I need to go spend some money, but I worry if I buy something from here, it'll probably go down in price and I'll lose that money. I need to just make sure it goes back in price in the future. Chinese lantern. Now, if you aren't fully well aware, we do have the likes of a new feature of this. There is now a white lantern. If you buy this, it can do both. The normal regular Chinese lantern with the orangey warm colour lighting, and if you choose to do so, you could pick the white one instead, which is just a normal white light, bright light. Very useful, very nice. There is no white lantern to buy. It's literally both from here. Okay, cool. So let me just point this out. Every single year, Chinese lantern returns, and it usually sells for about $2 or $2.49. So this will go down in price, it's expected, especially with all these buy orders. People are going to buy this purely with the intent to sell it to there to try and make a quick flip profit. Yep. Anyway, going over to here. As you can see with the lifetime history, it go up, it go down, it go up, it go down, it go up, it go down. It happens every single year. So, as you can see from 2022, it was rising all the way up to about $6 around January time. Oh, look, it's reintroduced for Lunar New Year 2022. All the way down. Because, yeah, that's going to happen. But gradually, since then, it just goes up and 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 up. Goes all the way up to around $4.50, $5 around January 2023 time. Oh, look, Lunar New Year 2023. All the way back down again. Then it goes up and 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 up. And then, of course, Lunar New Year, it'll go back down again. But then what will happen during 2024? It's expected that it'll go up and up and up and up and up again. Now, is it going to be an insane profit? Not really, but will it be profit? Yeah. Will you get your money back? Yeah. So if you've got some money to spend, I think you're going to be totally fine. Like, if you needed to put some money away, like a bond, you could buy that, maybe 10, 20, 30, 50. I do this every year. I do buy some. And, yeah, down the line, you will be able to sell them and get your money back and a bit of profit. Because if you bought this last year, look, you can sell it right now for a good profit. You could sell to the highest buyer right now for a good profit. This happens every single year. It's reliable. If you believe it's still reliable, I have to choose my words carefully. Right, so I personally buy them every year. All right, I will probably go ahead and put down another buy order just to be, just because I can. But I will. It's up to you if you want to. So, yeah, there we go. I've got to choose my words carefully. Be careful, nothing is a dead set. That is the correct thing to say. Only spend money you're more than willing. Only spend money that you're not going to be worried if you lose it. Yeah, if you're ever going to invest in anything, only put money down that you're not worried about potentially losing. But for something like that, it's been reliable for the years it's been out. But some other things appeared to be reliable before, and they ended up not becoming reliable last year. So with that, first of all, my main intention is to try and get it on a buy order, but I'll probably leave it to the very last second, and then, of course, maybe then buy some. So for that, it's still marketable right now. So just go look at its history. You can figure things out. And with the likes of New Year Gong and Dragon Door Knocker, just avoid them. Both of these always go down in price. They only ever go up in price when it's Lunar New Year, because they're back on sale here, and people probably want to buy them right now. But when they go to the Rust store, they realise, oh, hang on a minute, instead of buying this for $2.49, I could just go buy it for half the price instead. So this will actually go up in price right now. But as an investment, no, just avoid. Avoid. Don't go near those. Okay, cool. So we've basically talked about everything here that is in the Rust store, but there's one thing I do want to dedicate a little bit of time to, and that is Sky Lantern. Guys, I get the feeling this is discontinued now. It was out for one Rust store. So back in 2022, here we go, the Sky Lantern was introduced. Wow, I can light a lantern and it'll fly away and it'll have a random item hidden in it. Cool. And they never brought it back. So what you have here is a situation of how many of these actually exist, and is it kind of rare? Is it discontinued? I'm sitting here looking at that now and assuming, yeah, I think Sky Lantern is now discontinued. Especially with the fact that we just had 2 new items added and, put into the game now. So where's the room? Where is the room to include this? Yeah. Has anyone ever used Sky Lantern? Again, there you go. But it's awkward. Because you've got a question like that, where's the usage with it? But much like how I've seen with the likes of TF2 and CS2 now, CS2 and TF2, there's a lot of very useless items in those games, but because they're rare, just because of that, they end up becoming expensive. So it's good for raids if you're that type of person. Yes. Go, my minions, fly! Yes, attack them, my lanterns. Of all various different colours. Attack formation, go! Okay, get stuck on their roof. Right, so, it's debatable how you look at this, but yeah, that's 2 years in a row now, and we have not seen the return of these. And based on, like I said, with that new Chinese New Year spear, that feels like it's a mainstay now. We're not sure the Dragon Launcher is a mainstay. We'll see how that turns out. But where's the room for this? Because they seemingly don't care for it anymore. They don't want to bring it back anymore. Therefore, if it is it discontinued, and is it now somewhat rare? I can't really sit here and say. So, just a notable thing to bring up, Sky Lantern, yet again, not brought back. So, we'll see how that potentially turns out, but I will bring up one thing to you. Gentlemen, do you all remember Giant Candy Decor? See, this was just kind of useless. It was just a decorative thing. People did not care for it. This got really cheap at one point because people just simply did not care for it. Guess what? It was discontinued. Oh, look, now it sells for $8. So like I could just quickly show you here, 2018, 2019, never brought back ever again since then. So it was only available for 2 Christmases, technically speaking 4 Rust stores. But yeah, as you can see of its history, initially people did not care for it because it didn't do anything, it was useless, it was just there. But with every Christmas it wasn't brought back, it kept going up and up and up. So yeah, let me just show you. At its lowest point, this was selling for less than $1. Now, it sells for $8. And it was selling for a higher price. Back this past Christmas, this was pushing up to about $20 at one point, apparently. So, there you go. That is the magic of something being discontinued. It doesn't matter if it's useless, it will still very likely go up in price. So, PvE role players love it. Fair enough, I can respect that, because it's a very notable and distinct decorative thing that you can have. Fair enough. So, yes, with that, it's up to you how you approach that, okay? Because we did talk about this last year, and now, well, there you go. So, yeah. Oh, I remember that carriage store. That was lovely. Right, so everything here has basically been talked about. We've addressed all of that. Let's talk about the commits. So, have you been keeping an eye on all the commits recently, people? So, as you can see here, there's been a lot of mentionings of Hack Week. Micro and Jack, can you just quickly remind me, is this a new Hack Week, or is this returning to some Hack Week ideas that they did in the past and they're trying to implement them into the game? Full base heating? I mean, I like to be nice and cozy at night. That's not too bad of an idea. New explosions. Oh, that sounds interesting. And of course, the tweaks to Harbour is constantly being worked on. I can't help but assume Harbour, the new version of Harbour, will probably be released at some point in March, or, well, of course, maybe April. So Hack Week is a regular event of FP for employee morale. So there was one really cool thing that we mentioned. The the cannons and the weapons on trucks. Tea prototyping, that's also been a funny one. I've been seeing instances of improved crafting speed. There's one where apparently you can see where your grenades are going to land and how much they're going to explode. So they're doing teas which kind of give you superpowers. Yeah. But you got cold and hot resistant teas. Yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, honestly, tea should just do that regardless. Keep you warm in the cold. Yeah, so there's a lot of very silly things. Auto-smelt tea automatically smelts metal, high-quality metal, sulfur in the player's main inventory into the respective smelter forms every 5 seconds. Oh, so you don't need a furnace. You just need to drink tea. Yeah, loads of goofy little things there, but they're like superpowers, which is funny to me. Right, and where is the cannon truck? Show me the cannon truck. Yes. Trucks with cannons, truck with cannons and big guns. Yes. Cannon module setup. Yes. So you can do drive-by raids. You can drive by someone and shoot a cannonball at their base. We can have boat cars and pretend to be pirates. Flying tea. Oh no, there's a in regards to the tea situation again. They had breathe underwater was one of them. You could breathe underwater. So, cool. Loads of very silly little things. Explosive scents, that was what it's called, yeah. Implemented a tea that doubles the speed of recycling. Cool. I mean, there's a tea for everything, apparently. Do we have enough biscuits? I'm just saying. I need more digestives. Are you a bourbon cream man or are you a digestive man? That only applies to the British people. So, anyway. With that, loads of cool, goofy little things. Who knows if they'll actually get implemented and added to the game, but keep an eye on this because you can see what they're working on and you can kind of like show your support because you can like upvote. That's the funny thing. You can upvote and downvote if you like things. Show your support. That's the whole idea. Okay, cool. So we got that out of the way. Player counts down a fair bit. With the recent CS2 update, not too surprised. You could play and get free money. So I'm not surprised by that. That's been kind of taken away some of the attention, so a bit awkward there. Now, we are going to have Easter at some point just around the corner, so that's something interesting on the horizon. Okay, what else do we have? What's on the front page right now? Chinese Lantern, not surprised because people are probably selling it to the highest buy orders. That's a fairly tame-looking front page. Yeah, that's fine. Did your quantities go down? I don't know. All right, okay. Chat, are there any questions you wanted to ask? Someone did ask me earlier about Legacy Kevlar. So having talked to the skin creator, the man behind Legacy Kevlar collection, he has confirmed he does intend to make some boots and gloves for the likes of March Force Wipe. That is to be done. There will be a version 2. So if you're wondering about that, what was your name? Daddy Fireball, was it you? Yeah, he did turn up and I did ask him. He said, yeah, I'll go ahead and do it. Because he was kind of questioning to me initially, how often do they even accept boots and gloves of each other? And we did discuss that very recently as well. Like, there was 11 pairs of gloves accepted last year, but there was only 3 instances where they came with their boots. For some strange reason, Face Punch don't like boots, and I don't know why. So if you go look at the amount of boots last year, we got 11 pairs of road sign gloves. When it comes to the boots, we had how many? That's a Twitch drop. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pairs of boots. However, they did not all come with the gloves. So yeah, they all kind of came out separately, or in some cases, some of them were like complete the sets. Rip pumpkin boots. I know. Why? Why would you not want to have orange boots? Honestly, come on, Face Punch. Think wisely about this. I want to have smelly feet. Right. So, what can we expect from here and now? Well, non-holiday themed skins at the very least. So we already mentioned it earlier. We do expect Valentine skins to be added to this potentially this weekend or Monday. All right, so keep an eye out. We'll be here. I'll make a video about it regardless. I'll be here. So yeah, we'll hop in. We'll talk about those as well. How many skins might we get? I reckon, at the very least, with this now technically being removed from the Rust store, I get the feeling we'll probably get a Valentine's garage door instead now. So we'll probably get one extra Valentine skin. That shouldn't be too hard to comprehend or guess or assume. Okay, cool. So, anything else, chat? How are you doing today? Are you enjoying yourself? Are you looking forward to Lunar New Year? Oh, yeah. I want to have some lovely cheap Chinese food. Can't go wrong with that. I'm not going to make it because I'm awful at making it. Oh, I could go for some chow mein right about now. Oh, some prawn crackers. Oh, I could go for that right now. I could. And then for Valentine's, loads of cheap chocolate when it's the 15th. So, all right then. With the likes of all of that, I hope you enjoy yourself at the very least. Enjoy those new weapons at the very least. And like I said, I will make a video dedicated to talking about this garage store, what might happen now, like, and afterwards and later on. At the very least, with my final quick word, I do expect it to sell better. Oh, fair bit better than the price it sold for, which was $3.49. The notoriety of what happened will definitely give it a big boost, but will it last? Well, we'll be discussing that in that special video. All right then. Punolio with a very late question. Will the Lunar stuff still stay in the market when the Valentine stuff is added? Yes, it will be like a big fat Rust store. So yes. And will the Valentines only be around until Thursday? So that happened in 2021. If they are released on Saturday, I do believe the Valentine skins will be removed on Thursday. If they're released on Monday, I get the feeling the Valentine skins will stick around and then persist with the next Rust store. That is the expectation. All right, that would be the expectation. And you don't need to really worry about the Valentine skins, I guess, because they'll be, you wouldn't be able to sell them instantly. Don't worry. We'll talk more about that when we see them, all right? We'll talk more about that when we see them, because we'd have to consider, will this be removed with the next Rust store, blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about it. All right, then. So, yeah, that's it. That's the Rust store. Loads of silly little things that have happened, but like I said, we do expect more, maybe in 2 days' time or maybe Monday time. I stream pretty much. I'll be around. Okay, cool. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.